In a few weeks' time, a family within my constituency will mark the 3rd anniversary of the loss of their son to online bullying. His name was Ronan, and he was 17 years old when he died. I would like you to tell us today what you're doing to stop the rise of false Facebook accounts which deliberately target young and vulnerable people.
Hate speech, bullying, terror, violence, all this content has no place on our services. We realized that we needed to do a much better job of addressing that quickly. So we built AI tools and tools to determine if someone was thinking about harm or suicide, hired 3,000 people to make it so that the response time that we could get to those live videos is now less than 10 minutes. In 2016, we were too slow to identify Russian interference on Facebook in the US presidential election. At the time, we were more focused on more traditional kinds of cyber attacks, like phishing and malware. So since then, we've made significant investments to protect the integrity of elections by making these kinds of attacks much harder to do on Facebook. We'll never be perfect on this. Our adversaries, especially on the election side, people who are trying to interfere, will have access to some of the same AI tools that we will. So it's an arms race, and we'll need to constantly be working to stay ahead.
The hunt for fake news is very fashionable right now. But hasn't that become a new excuse for further restricting freedoms of opinion and expression?
Who decides what is acceptable? Who are these people you referred to earlier, these third-party fact-checkers? Who are these people? I mean, why is there no transparency in this process?
We don't want to be in a position as Facebook of saying what is true or false. We think that that's not the right position for us to be in. So we want to work with third-party fact-checkers. If a number of third-party fact-checkers all identify that a piece of news is provably false, then we'll append something to the story to make sure that we show more related content so that people can have a more rounded view or understand that fact-checkers have marked that story is true, and we'll try to show it less. We haven't done enough to prevent these tools from being used for harm as well. And that goes for fake news, foreign interference in elections, and developers misusing people's information. We didn't take a broad enough view of our responsibility, and that was a mistake, and I'm sorry for it.
Maybe you have less control or no control about your own company for the moment, because you have to apologize now. I think in total you apologize now 15 or 16 times the last decade. In 2003 you started. Every year you have one or other wrongdoing or problem with Facebook, and you have to face the reality and to say sorry and to say that you're going to fix it. Are you capable to fix it? And if you have already confronted so many dysfunctions of the system, there has to be clearly a problem. And the only way, in my opinion, to do it, and I'm a liberal, a free marketeer, is to have public regulation to do so. I really think we have a big problem here. And it's not solved by saying we're going to fix it ourselves. And you have to ask yourself, well, how you will be remembered. As one of the 3 big internet giants, together with Steve Jobs, I should say, and Bill Gates, who have enriched our world and our societies. Or on the other hand, in fact, a genius who created a digital monster that is destroying our democracies and our societies. So that's a question that you have to put yourself for yourself.